we move on to the 130-pound match featuring a pair of 135-pound state champions from neighboring states. In the black and green singlet is New Jersey state champion Mike Booth of Camden Catholic High School, and in the blue and gold singlet is Pennsylvania Class AA state champion Doug McGraw of Cameron County High in Emporium.
Pennsy, New Jersey. We see this once in a while in the Nationals.
Two neighboring states with a lot in common when it comes to wrestling, and these two guys are going to settle the 130-pound title right here.
Pennsylvania traditionally always, had the older teams and the more teams, and a lot of the community spirit that New Jersey lacked many years ago. Well, if you check the NCAAs this year, Rob, that's not true anymore. And by looking at this tournament, it's established that New Jersey has established wrestling programs throughout its state that are just coming up to the national level in both college and high school.
14 Division I All-Americans from Pennsylvania this year, 11 from New Jersey, by far the top two states this year, and maybe two more to come here we're watching tonight. Both these wrestlers also outstanding in the classroom. Doug McGraw, third in his class at Cameron County High School. He's going to the University of Pennsylvania next year. And Mike Booth with a grade point average of 3.6, looking at some very high academic schools also, and a double leg there right to the back by Mike Booth. Will he get back points too? No, says Dina White, but a takedown, and a very impressive one at that.
Booth has demonstrated what a lot of kids at his level are doing these days in both high school and college. When you get to your takedown shot, you get busy with those feet. If you run that back, you'll see that shot occurred somewhere around that little white circle, and he ran him right on out to the outer edge for the takedown. That's where all that penetration comes through.
Booth, a very tough road to these finals, 4-1 in the quarterfinals. Do we have a replay? We may look at that.
Here we go. Now look at them feet go, Rob. He's in. There he's going, he's going, he's going. You don't see that, but not by the good kids. That's picture perfect. If you're going to have a clinic, you want to show it like that.
Great takedown and a good scramble here by McGraw to avoid giving up the back points as well.
See Booth smell blood at the end, huh? Without looking up, heads in there. He's wheeling for the head. He knows it's there somewhere, just missed it. That's fantastic.
Booth 4-1 in the quarterfinals over one of the 10 four-time state champions we had in this tournament. Casey Cole of Omaha, Nebraska, Scott Catholic. That was in the quarterfinals. And in the semifinals, two-time state champion Ryan Heim of Dubuque, Hempstead, Iowa, 6-5. So a tough road for him to get to the finals here. And now the escape for McGraw, and that makes it 2-1. And McGraw in on the offense as they go out of bounds with 18 seconds left in the first period. 2-1 the score in favor of Mike Booth of New Jersey at Camden Catholic High. Booth in again on the leg attack.
He got real deep, real quick on that single. He made a big mistake coming up on the waist, but he looks like a hip thrower. He's trying to limp arm out. Very common. You're down, and the kid will throw a hip into you, and you wind up automatically coming up to his waist. You don't want to be there.
Not enough time to finish. We go to the second period. McGraw defers, and Booth will take down as we start the second. When Mike Booth gets back home to New Jersey, he'll go to the baseball diamond. He's the starting third baseman for Camden Catholic's baseball team, and hopefully the weather, nice weather we've been having up here, will hold out for the rest of the season.
See a lot more of that on this type of level where wrestling, yeah, it's their main thing, but they keep in shape with the other sports. You see them playing football and baseball. Matter of fact, quite a few wrestlers anymore are the three-sport athletes, I'm sorry.
Especially at your smaller schools, of course. Three-sport coaches, many of whom are here, as a matter of fact. and 3 sport athletes, some of whom we'll see later on. 2-1 still the score in favor of Mike Booth of Camden Catholic, New Jersey. This battle of 135-pound state champions in their respective states wrestling here in the 130-pound final.
McGraw's showing a little bit of his strategy right now. Staying a little tight with some riding and just kind of little feely stuff, kind of get him tilted real tight in there. Now, if you watch Booth come back to the middle, a little bit of breathing going on. That's tough. You're fighting everything off in there, a little slow. And this is maybe what McGraw's game plan is. Let's keep him down here. Let's see what we can do. Let's try to turn him. Let's wear him out a little bit.
1:09 left here in the second period. Still 2-1 on that first period takedown for Mike Booth. On the restart, McGraw still riding with that tight waist.
He's got a half cheated in there and just keeping his head tight, and that's keeping all of Booth's weight forward on those hands, and that's what he's trying to do. Booth now managing to get to his feet. McGraw seemingly very comfortable on the top. So far not rattled by any of Booth's little moves that he's trying to get something going with. Pretty workmanlike, and if you look at his face, things are not going way out of plan for him right now.
35 seconds left to go in the second period as Dino White brings it back for a restart. And Booth's been up on his feet several times in this period, but not able to break free yet.
This is where I'm sure Booth is telling himself, I got to get a point, I got to get 2 points, I got to score this period. We don't want McGraw to get that mindset that, things are not so bad. He's only down a point, it's not so bad.
Booth tried the switch there also and didn't work. And now a stalling call on top against McGraw. 20 seconds left in the period. McGraw is ridden for 1:40, but now the stalling call comes from Dino White as they get ready for the restart.
Like the wrestlers, the officials also have a feel, and they also see some things that we don't see. Maybe he did see, he's not trying to get any, which he is now. He's got an arm bar. He's got it torqued up pretty good. Dino's going to have to watch he doesn't get too much of that.
Time ran out there and really looked like he was in control with that arm bar. You might wish he'd have started trying that sooner than 15 seconds left in the period.
A lot of times things like that, Rob, work a lot better when a kid's a little bit fatigued. You get a stud, which Booth is, you just don't turn him with that in the first period. Wear him down a little bit. The parts get a little looser, if you will.
Well, Booth, McGraw out right away, and we got a brand new match. It's 2-2. First period takedown by Booth. 2 escapes now for McGraw, and it's dead even.
Help me out here, Robert. Were they both warned for stalling, or we just have one warning?
Just the warning against McGraw on top in the second period.
Okay.
And we'll see how things transpire. Under 1.5 minutes now left in the match. Left in regulation time. As they go off the edge, 1:22 as they bring him back to the center.
We have seen some last-second scoring, but that was just a result of some flurries. Usually the better ones want to go now because if they have to, they can still score more or they can score some to come back. You don't wait for those last 15 seconds.
Far away shot by Booth doesn't score. Now McGraw with the front headlock looking to score off that, but Dino White makes it a stalemate with 1:04 to go. 2-2 our score here. You get a feeling that the next takedown is going to win this. Now McGraw in on the high crotch, trying to convert to a double. Booth countering with he's got a hold of McGraw's leg now. McGraw trying to get his head out here.
Booth is digging well, no, he couldn't get that spladle, no. Because I've seen unorthodox ones, and I thought he was trying for that. Now we've got a big problem with Mr. Booth because McGraw is nails on top. We've seen one entire period of nothing but let's crank this arm.
He's got the arm bar again, as you can see there. Less than 20 seconds left to go, and now a stall warning against Booth. on the bottom as they come back to the center with 13 seconds left to go here in the third period. And Doug McGraw, who trailed 2-0 in the first period, has come all the way back, and he leads 4-2.
Let's go back to that middle of the second period when he just kept riding and thumping and just taking some gas out.
Now Booth again trying the switch, which he's tried off the bottom a few times. And a quick stalemate with 6 seconds left to go. And can McGraw hold on? You'd think Booth would be trying that switch again. Yes, he does, but McGraw stops it. And that will do it. 4-2, and Doug McGraw of Cameron County High School in Pennsylvania is the National High School champion at 130 pounds. Second place to Mike Booth of neighboring New Jersey. Well, shortly we'll be coming back with the All-American Award presentations at 125 pounds. And we'll be going ahead to our 130-pound match. But first, here's Ed Ferraro with our champion, Doug McGraw.
Doug, thanks for picking one up for PA. One PA boy to another. I appreciate that. Congratulations. How you feeling?
Thank you very much. Oh, I feel great. Can't describe it.
Is it okay to assume that you're pretty good on top?
Yeah, I try to be tough in all areas because you never know where your opponent's weakness is going to be.
Well, you demonstrated a lot of what you had out there. On top, you had that arm bar, cranking that pretty good. That's obviously you have some good finishes from there.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably my number one pinning combination. So.
Well, great job and congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Ed.